This is why people hate attorneys. Illinois in this battle on their assault weapon ban. In one of the cases, this is National Association of Gun Rights versus Naperville. The attorneys filed a response, and they're saying that the Second Amendment does not apply to anything but handguns. And wait till you hear what they're trying to do. Hopefully they don't succeed. Today's video is brought to us by GunSpot. Guys and gals, GunSpot is running a giveaway of a Pit Viper, the same gun used in John Wick 4. The giveaway is legal, will follow all state and federal laws, we'll have to go to an FFL. If you want more information, you can head over to their website. I can't link it because freedom is not tolerated on YouTube. Thanks to GunSpot for being a phenomenal supporter of this channel. Don't forget it is an online auction site where we can buy tools. You never pay out-of-state sales tax. Yes. All right, check them out. You know where to find them. Thanks, guys and gals. So on the screen is the case I'm talking about. It's the Robert C. Beavis, Law Weapons, Inc., doing business as Law Weapons and Supply, an Illinois corporation, and the National Association of Gun Rights versus the City of Naperville, Illinois, and Jason Erez, who is the police chief, as well as the state of Illinois. So the City of Naperville back last August passed their assault weapon ban by a vote of 8-1 by the City Council, okay? And they instituted a ban on the commercial sale of assault weapons, so-called assault weapons, in the city limits. And they're saying that that doesn't violate the Second Amendment because, actually, I'm gonna take this opportunity to let you all see the stress that I deal with when I research these cases, because I want you to get as fired up as I am about what's going on with our rights so that you will be a better advocate for the Second Amendment so that we can kick ass. Check this out. First off, they start off by saying what is considered an assault rifle, which the average person, you just can't go into a store and buy an assault rifle. Why? Because it's select fire and full auto. So this is what they say is prohibited in the city. Okay, you want to read it, it's the same stuff that's in every one of these stupid bans. And then they go on and say that the definition of assault rifle is very similar to assault weapon during the Clinton ban years, so we're going to say it's the same thing anyway, because this is our opinion. And one thing that I love that Mr. GunsandGadgets says a lot is that a law is simply a politician's opinion without people violating their oath to enforce it. So if police don't enforce it, none of this happens, yet here we are. Let's continue. The summary of their argument. This is where I start to get enraged. The court should affirm the district court's denial of a preliminary injunction. The plaintiffs are unlikely to succeed on the merits of their constitutional claims. Plaintiffs claim this is an exceedingly simple case. They argue that the sale ordinance is unconstitutional because the regulated assault weapons are possessed by literally millions of law-abiding citizens for lawful purposes, including self-defense in the home. But the Supreme Court in New York State Rifle and Pistol Association versus Bruin called for a considerably more sophisticated two-step analysis. This court should ignore plaintiffs' invitation to disregard the Supreme Court's instructions. Actually, that's a freaking lie. The attorneys are lying, boldface. In fact, the court said that the two-step analysis was one step too far. And what you're going to see here is they're trying to flip the responsibilities that Bruin's decision said are incumbent upon the government. They're trying to put it on the people trying to fight for their rights. And this is a bold-faced lie. It is it's a good technique. If you're an attorney, solid technique. And I know many attorneys, and the ones that I love and trust. But there's a lot of attorneys out there that are scum. And the one here for Illinois, the ones working for Illinois, they're part of the Brady group too. Scum. Plaintiffs cannot meet their required step of the Second Amendment analysis set forth in Bruin. For step one, plaintiffs must show that the plain text of the Second Amendment covers their proposed actions, keep and bear, and their proposed weapons, arms. Plaintiffs have not carried this burden as to either step one requirement. The action prohibited by the sale ordinance, sale of certain assault weapons, plainly is not a prohibition on any person's ability to keep or bear weapons. If you can't purchase them, you can't keep or bear them. And it's a firearm, which is protected by the Second Amendment. Therefore, it's an arm. So the keep and bear is being violated because you can't purchase them. And it's an arm, which is protected by the Second Amendment, according to Bruin and Heller. And this is all, the Second Amendment is applicable to the states. McDonald. I could keep going and going and going. It's a bold-faced lie, and we're waiting on the judge. Let's keep going. Plaintiffs have also failed to show that assault weapons are arms that fall within the scope of the Second Amendment protection under Bruin and the District of Columbia v. Heller. Plaintiffs have not shown that the assault rifle covered by the ordinance are commonly used for lawful self-defense. And even if they could make that showing, assault weapons still sit outside the original public meaning of arms because they are dangerous and unusual weapons, which have historically fallen outside the scope of the Second Amendment's protection. As discussed below, there is no evidence that assault weapons are commonly used for lawful self-defense, and there is a great deal of evidence that assault weapons are dangerous and unusual. That's what they're trying to do here. They're trying to say that AR-15s, semi-automatic rifles, just based off of what they look like, based off of what you could possibly attach to them, cosmetic features, because a rifle is a rifle is a rifle. They're saying that these are dangerous and unusual. Why is that key? Because if they're dangerous and unusual, then they fall under the NFA, thus more stringently controlled, and people have to go through more hoops. The city of Naperville is trying to get a judge to say, in the Seventh Circuit, that semi-automatic rifles are NFA items. This is what they're trying to do in Illinois, and this is the only way they would win this case. Because it violates Bruin, it violates Heller, it violates the McDonald, violates the Second Amendment, violates everything. I'm going to show you a couple more things so you can get as frustrated as I am, because this is what they're trying to do to our rights. Plaintiffs have not met their burden at this first step. Plaintiffs have not demonstrated that assault weapons are arms for which the Second Amendment protects the right to keep and bear. The plain text of the Second Amendment says nothing about a right to sell firearms. Selling assault weapons is not a constitutionally protected activity. Separately, assault weapons are not in common use, as the term was understood at the founding. Again, lawyers, doublespeak, stretching the truth, outright lies, happens every single day in court. It used to tear me up over my career. It wanted to grab them by the throat, but they're doing what they're paid to do. Here are some other things that they hit on in this lawsuit that I'm not going to go into because I want to have good mental health today. It said, they wanted to prove that the Second Amendment right to keep and bear arms does not protect the commercial sale of assault weapons. They also said plaintiffs do not show that assault weapons are arms protected by the Second Amendment. These are things they go into in depth on here. And they want to say that assault weapons are dangerous and unusual. They also said that Naperville's sale ordinance is consistent with the United States historical tradition of regulating dangerous and unusual weapons. Next, under Bruin's framework, Naperville's sale ordinance follows the historical tradition of regulating dangerous and unusual weapons, particularly ones frequently employed in unlawful activities rather than lawful self-defense. So they're going to take something away from you because you're not doing anything wrong. Because a couple criminals that they won't go hard on, they won't put in jail, they'll let come freely out of jail again to do it over and over and over, and never put anybody away, and never hold anybody accountable. That's all part of the plan to take them from you. It always has been. So I wanted you to see the crux of what Illinois is trying to do. They're trying to say that an AR-15, semi-automatic action, AK, MPX, MCX, you name it, they are NFA items, is what they're saying, and should be further regulated. And they also say in here that the Second Amendment only applies to handguns. Yeah. Well, this makes me. I love doing this. I really do. Sometimes I don't, but I really do love reading these decisions and bringing it to you, or reading these lawsuits and bringing it to you, so you actually know what's really going on. I hope this angers you, especially if you live in Illinois, and I hope you become active. There's a bunch of ways people can be activists. You can make phone calls, you can send emails, you can show up at politicians' offices. You can easily be an activist by hitting the thumbs up button. It sounds crazy, but this is how you can absolutely help. Hit the thumbs up, share the video so that people see it, so that people know what's going on. Put it in your Facebook groups, put it on your Twitter, put it on your Reddit. Subscribe to the channel so you keep getting information that you can use to stop these anti-gunners. This is the easiest way to be an activist, is to spread the word. And I hope you do. Guys and gals, my goal to the end of the year, I've said it a few times this week, is to hit 700,000, and I need your help to do it. Hit that subscribe button down below. If you are already subscribed, you think you are, double check. YouTube's playing that game. Guys and gals, I will continue to bring you information every single day. So check the channel often. For instance, yesterday I put out 3 videos. If you didn't see 3, go check the video, go check the channel. And until we see each other again, be safe, stay vigilant, and carry a gun to keep you, your friends, your family, your community safe. That's what it's all about. Being a protector, being your own first responder. Why? Because when seconds count, evil is in your face, ready to take your life, hurt you, hurt your children, hurt your wife, your dad, your husband. You need to respond immediately. You can't wait, make a phone call, have some dispatcher get a cop out of a coffee shop so that he can drive to you and save the day. It doesn't happen. You have to be your own first responder. That's what the Second Amendment is all about. Protecting us, protecting our community, protecting our children. That's what it's about. Off the soapbox. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.